do I have to help? He was like, no. I was like, we got a deal.
Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and as you can see, I am standing in our garage. For the last several years, this space has just been a complete and utter mess, and I cannot say that it's not 80% of my fault. When I moved in, so did all of my stuff from my apartment, and even though I had an only 600 square foot apartment, I had enough furniture in there to fill up this entire house. So once I moved everything in and we just kind of decided what was going to stay in the house, then a lot of that stuff that was left over that I didn't necessarily want to get rid of either came here in the garage or it went over to our storage unit. And so in addition to all of my stuff, as you guys have seen over the last couple of years, we have done a lot of projects, and so we have acquired a lot more tools and machinery. And so all of that stuff has come in, and all of our extra wood has come in, and this has just really been a dumping ground for all of our stuff. And a big shout out to all of you guys for not mentioning how crazy messy this garage has been. Trust and believe, we knew it. Trust and believe, I did not necessarily want to film with the garage the way that it's been over the last couple of years. So, but I did it anyway because I had to. There was no place to put all of this stuff. But finally, we have decided to do something about it. So Mark has worked really hard on trying to get this space all nice and organized, and he asked me if he could share with you guys what he's been up to. So here's Mark.
All right, welcome to our junk drawer. Our garage has been storing all of our tools, all of our leftover materials, to the point where we just throw everything into the garage, and it finally hit the point where it was so hard to move around that we had to organize it. Once Christmas rolled around and we started pulling down all the boxes and bags and all the different things, we realized we need something. We need storage. Now, over here on this side of the garage, we have these pre-made shelves, about $100 a piece, and they're excellent, but they only go up to about an 7-8 foot height. And you're a little restricted in terms of what you can put on them. We have great storage for tools and supplies, but the problem is we had so much junk in the way that we couldn't even get to a lot of the things that we needed. So therefore we decided we're going to build a custom solution. So now over on the other side of the wall, we had a series of old wire racks that were just crusty and different size, and they just didn't look right. It didn't work for us. So therefore we decided to remove all of them and build a custom storage system. So what we did, I found this lumber. This is just 2x4 Home Depot basic lumber, and we decided that what we would like to do is have the ability to take this down in the future should we ever decide to move and want to rebuild it, or if we wanted to change shelf heights and things like that. So the model in this case is we took a series of boards and put them right into the studs against the wall, and then took 4 posts, so a 2x4 on each side, front and back, so 4 posts total. Connected them with a board going across. We've got screws going in this way, and then just for extra security, I also put in short little brackets on the underside over here. And then because we also need to work in the garage, we wanted to have a space where we could work with a workbench. And rather than build our own workbench, we already had one that's on wheels so that we could move it around as we need it. that left us with this backspace, so we said, let's put in some pegboard. Here's some pegboard. We haven't populated it yet, but we are just now starting to figure out what to put here. So in terms of shelves and shelf heights, this is just a piece of 3/4 inch plywood sitting on top of a 2x4 frame, screws to hold it down, and it's rock solid.
He's super proud of all of the work that he has done, and he should be, because he has really taken this project on all by himself, and I very much appreciate it, because the goal would be to get the 2 cars that are in our driveway to eventually come back and be parked here inside of the garage at nighttime. That is the goal. So we are working really hard, and he's not finished. So all of this area over here is also going to be built-in shelves. We have spaces for our table saw. We have a space for our miter saw. Like, basically this whole area on this wall is going to be our workshop. So anytime that I need to cut wood, or anytime that I need to stain or paint or anything, it's primarily going to be right here, and I absolutely love that. I'm going to have a place for my sewing machine. I think right now we have boxes all the way up here, but I think a lot of that might end up being like our sander and our drills, my sewing machine, paint, just all sorts of stuff. So I think this is going to be really cool, a really cool space, and I am very appreciative for Mark taking on this project. It gives him just a project to work on. He was like, does this have to be filmed? I was like, no. Do I have to help? He was like, no. I was like, we got a deal. So it's turning out really nicely, and honestly, once this is done, then I feel like we're going to be comfortable enough to go ahead and get started on some projects. So what I thought I would do, we have several projects down the pipeline, several of them, but I thought today I would show you the first 2 that we're going to be working on very soon. So why don't you guys follow me into the house, and then I'll show you around and kind of go through what we're thinking of doing. I am currently standing in our half bath, which is located right off of our kitchen. And for the most part, this room has not been touched since I moved in, mainly because there is an issue. We have a big crack on the floor that kind of is right around the toilet, the base of the toilet. And not only is it here in the half bath, but it has traveled all the way out into our kitchen. And so we have just strategically placed project after project after project before this one, but now it's time to address it. The thing that we're most worried about is we don't know why this crack is happening. We're not sure if the crack is happening because there's something wrong with the foundation. We don't know if it's something to do with maybe a leak in the toilet, but about a year ago, we had someone come over just to take a look at it and give us an estimate for how much it would cost to replace this tile. And they think that the people that were here before Mark placed the current tile over top of old tile. So that means that if that's the case, the tile really didn't have much to adhere to, and over time that mortar just breaks away and those tiles can start to shift, which could cause a crack in your floor. We are hoping and praying that option number 3 is the reason why we have this crack in the floor, because if it has something to do with the foundation, that just means those prices and all of these quotes that we're going to be getting is just going to go sky high. So we're really hoping that the issue is the tile that's underneath the current tile, but we're not going to know until we start to dig things up. So it is now time to do that. We need to now start looking at tiles and trying to figure out what we're going to do with the floor, and that's basically why I haven't done anything else with this room, or really with the kitchen, is we really wanted to tackle the floor first to see how much that was going to cost, to see how much damage that was going to be, and then we could go ahead and get started. So what I thought I would do now that we're gonna start to go look at tile is to plan out what I'm going to do with this space. And I really love doing this now because I think for all other projects, I already had in mind what I was going to do. And there was many times throughout the process of the dining room, of the foyer, of the living room, that I wish that I was able to pull you guys and to think, or to see what you guys think about some of the options I was going back and forth on. So now that we're starting this project a little bit early, at least the planning for this project a little bit early, I can get you guys' opinion, and I'm really excited about that. So I have my phone in my hand, and I am going to go ahead and pull it up. I'll pop it up here on the screen as well so that you guys can see what I am thinking about doing in terms of decorating this space. So I have a board on Pinterest, imagine that. And here's the half bathroom inspiration board. So currently the walls are this dark blue, which I don't not like. I just want to do something different in here. And a lot of people always say with their half bath that you can kind of make this the jewelry box of your space. This is a space that's pretty small. It does have a little tiny window over here, so it does get some light, but it's a space that you can kind of go a little bit bolder than you would in the rest of your house, and that's what I hope to do. So my first idea is I really would like to do some sort of wood paneling treatment. So not like the 60s, 70s wood paneling, but something more kind of like this. I really love how it is stained. And so I would do it kind of halfway here, probably around this height, all the way down. I would go ahead and put that wood paneling up, and instead of painting it like I did in the upstairs bathroom, I would actually stain it, and I think that that would be really pretty. I don't necessarily want to do boxes like this. I kind of saw this and I really like the circles, and I think that we could probably get some really nice board and then with our router be able to cut circles out, and I think that would look really pretty. Again, it wouldn't be painted like this green color, but it would be stained, and I think that that would just be kind of a nice modern take on wood paneling. I also very much like this design. I do not know how to do that or how I could find something like that, but if I could find that exactly and put that at the bottom of the wall, I think that would be absolutely stunning. Also, I very much like this door. I love kind of how it does that like little swoop like that. Again, I don't know how I can find that. I don't even know if like would exist like that. I'm pretty sure that this was carved out to be that way, but if I could find something like that to put at the bottom, that is kind of what I'm going for. So definitely wood half of the way, and then up top I want to do wallpaper. Everything in this house is pretty neutral so far, and in this space I think that I want to do kind of a wild wallpaper. So there's two that have kind of popped up for me. I showed them to Mark yesterday and he was like, yeah, no, but he doesn't see the vision yet. So the one that I kind of like is this one. I like the design of it. I think that it kind of gives like that neutral moody that I have in the rest of the house, but in here it would just kind of be like a more of a pop. I like the design of it, and I think it's really cool. And I think with the wood at the bottom of this room and then that wallpaper up top, maybe even the ceiling, I think it would be really, really pretty. Another one that I like, you guys tell me what you think down in the comments on this one. I don't know why, but there is something about this red. Like I was telling you guys last week, like for some reason, I am gravitating to color. I am gravitating to yellows, pinks, and red. I don't know why. And while I don't have any of those colors throughout the space in my home, I was thinking maybe this space could be that space where I bring in some color. And I don't know what it is specifically about this design, but I just really like it. I like it a whole lot. And it could be an option. So this one or this one, they're kind of the two front runners. Who knows? As I'm scrolling, I might find other things, but if you guys like either one of those or if you hate both of them, let me know down in the comments. I definitely need your help with this one because, you know, like I feel like this one is definitely more in line with what's going on with the rest of the house. And I think that this red one kind of, I don't know, it would be like a really nice pop, a nice surprise when people would come in here to use the bathroom. So, in addition to that, I definitely want to do new lighting. I'm not sure if I want to do lighting. I did see these little sconces here that I thought could be really pretty on each side of the mirror. That mirror is going to go away. So I thought those two sconces would be really pretty. And I also thought a good idea would be to do some sort of light up on the ceiling. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, even like, because we have really tall ceilings. So I think that even like some sort of like chandelier or some sort of hanging light could be really pretty, and then that would allow me to have like these little sconces on the side that wouldn't really, they're just pretty, they're not going to really give off too much light, but if you needed a little bit more light you would have what's overhead. I would love to be able to find like a vintage mirror. I very much like this one, kind of like those trifold mirrors. I think that that could be pretty in here. I also very much like this one. This is not a vintage one. It kind of is vintage inspired. But I also very much like the little shelf up top. Because this is a half bath, we don't really need too much storage. We have a closet that's right here that holds all of our cleaning supplies and our coats and all of that stuff. And so we really don't need too much in terms of storage in this space. So that's why I kind of like that little holder right there. We could probably put like a little towel over the bar at the bottom, maybe a little candle up top. Probably the hand soap up top. I don't know. I kind of like that. I would really like to find it at an antique store, but we'll see. We have some time to shop around, so that's going to be fun for us to do together. But essentially, that is what I'm thinking. Oh, for the window, I'm thinking either doing a shutter, like a wood shutter. I think that that could be kind of pretty in here. Or we could do some sort of like cafe curtain rod where half of the window would be covered at the bottom with a brass rod and then the fabric down below, you know, something like this that I really like. So that's kind of the idea. We will be doing a brand new toilet in here. That one will be going. I think I'm actually going to keep, we have a pedestal sink. I think we're going to keep that and just change out the fixtures. So we'll change out the fixtures, the mirror, the lighting, and then the toilet. And then of course with our floor, we will have a brand new bathroom, hopefully soon. So, love that. I love that I got to show you guys what we're kind of thinking about in here. Yesterday I showed Mark the plan and he really loved it. Not so much on the wallpaper, not a wallpaper guy at all, but he, for overall in terms of, you know, the flooring, the walls, the new fixtures, the mirror, all that stuff, he really liked. So I'm going to be posting some polls down in the community board for you guys. I don't know if that'll happen later today or sometime during this week, but we're going to go out later this afternoon and look at some tile. I'll bring you guys along for that. But first, before we do that, I'm going to show you another room that I am planning on working on. So let's go to the kitchen. Welcome to our kitchen, a space that I very rarely show on this channel, except for these built-ins here that Mark and I did a couple of years ago. But this kitchen drives me insane. It literally boggles my mind. And so this space is very huge. We have a very large kitchen. It's probably bigger than any space, any one space that we have here in our house. Yet, only in that little tiny corner over there is where they decided to put cabinets. We have all of this wall over here. We have this whole wall here. We have this whole wall here. No cabinets, only in this corner. Does not make any sense to me. We have this entire space that could be used for so many things, and yet I really don't know how to use it because there's just so many things that don't make sense. And so Mark and I have been talking about if we are going to stay in this house or if we're moving. And if we're moving, when are we moving and where are we moving to? There's lots of questions up in the air, and until we come up with some sort of decision, I decided that it just doesn't make sense to spend the type of money that it would take to make this space really beautiful and functional. Well, I could do something about the beautiful, but the functional part, I don't know, we shall see. So I have some ideas, and again, I'm gonna go ahead and pop up my Pinterest inspiration board because you guys know I have one for that too. So let me go ahead and pull up my Pinterest. Here we go. Kitchen inspiration. So in order to add some more storage into this space, like I said, there's really not a way that we can do it without it costing a ton of money. So I really like the idea of, and you can see it up here a little bit, and I'll also pop up another picture so that you guys can see the space between the top of the cabinet and the ceiling. But I really like this idea of adding more cabinetry up above. I don't know if we will keep it open like that or if we would put doors on it, but it would just give us some more space to put more of our stuff. You guys know I love collecting mugs and glassware and dishes. I think it would be a really good idea to probably maybe put some of the appliances that we don't use as much on there, up there in those cabinets. I just think that it's a really good idea. It will actually maybe make the ceilings look even taller, and I think it would just really finish out nicely that space over there in the corner. I did see this one, and this person here, she just added stock cabinets from Home Depot. She said they were $53 a piece, and she just went up there. I guess miraculously they just were the exact size that she needed. I don't know if she had to do any cutting off the top or the bottom, but that would be easy and not a lot of money. I was thinking of just building the boxes on our own, but if we could find these that would fit in that space nicely, that would save us a ton of money. I would think probably $300–400 total to get cabinets up there. I don't know. I really like that idea, so I'm really thinking of doing something like that. Here again, it shows how the those cabinets up there could potentially be open, so I do like that. Another, you know, I just kind of like that idea of the cabinets going all the way up to the ceiling. So that is one idea that I want to do. I guess while we're talking about cabinets, so the cabinets were not this color when I moved in. They were maple wood cabinets, and I did not like them, and I wanted to change it just to make it look a little prettier in here. And so I thought like maybe doing, because we have, which you guys saw a little bit earlier, the couch, my old couch, the blue couch that was in my apartment, I need to put that on Facebook Marketplace to actually sell, and it is now currently residing in the kitchen until it gets sold, because I don't have any other place to put it. So I was trying to, this was first in the living room before we got the couch that we now currently hate from Pottery Barn, but this was in the living room as the additional couch that we had. And so I was thinking of pulling in that same navy color into the kitchen to pull those two spaces together. Well, I found a color, I tested it, I looked at it in all sorts of different lights, but once we actually got it up there, and Mark and I, we sprayed all of this ourselves, it just, in some lights it looks like a royal blue, and I really wanted it to be more of like a deeper navy, kind of like this color here. Do I want to repaint these cabinets? No. Does Mark want to repaint these cabinets? No. But I feel like I need to repaint the cabinets because I just feel like they're just a little bit too bright. I made a mistake. I thought I picked the right color. I really did test it out before we put them up there, but I think we're gonna have to, yeah, I think we're gonna have to repaint them. So what color? I have no idea. I do very much like this color here. It's kind of like a charcoal gray blue color, so I think that that's really pretty. I love this. It's an actual gray, so I kind of like that. It's kind of like a greenish gray. Of course, you know, we could do white. I really don't want to do white. We could do like maybe like a khaki color, Not sure how I feel about that, but I think we're gonna have to repaint it. And because it's my mistake, if Mark doesn't want to help me, then fine, I'll do it myself. But I do think that it needs to be redone. So another thing that I think is a really great idea, and it's actually gonna be here, which I'll flip you guys around, in this area here. So right now I have this armoire that I absolutely love. It, actually I got it from a thrift store for $40, love it. And it stores lots of things. It stores like extra dishware, it stores holiday wear, it stores appliances, all sorts of stuff. And so I'm thinking that once that we do all of the cabinets up above, everything that's in here can go up above the cabinets in the main space. And then I think I want to do some sort of like banquet table, chair type thing, kind of like this. So I think that we could probably just go ahead and build out the benches like I have here. Build out the benches to go underneath of the window. And I could probably do some cushions. You know, I know how to reupholster furniture and sew. So maybe I could, like, you know, put a cushion there that I make, or some pillows, I'm not sure. I'm thinking like a round table, a couple of chairs, and I think that it would just be like a really nice, like I love this with the bar, with that pillow hanging from the bar, again with the round table. I think it would be really cool to do something like this here in the corner. I really just like to have a space like that in this kitchen, because a lot of times, like if I'm cooking, either Mark or my sister comes in and hangs out. If I have company over, everybody always comes into the kitchen. So it would give people a space to sit while they're watching and talking to whoever it is that whoever's cooking over in the main space. I love this. I love like that tufted back. It kind of looks very much like a chic cafe in France. I love it. I even love this with the brown leather. I think that that could be really pretty in this space. So that's what I'm thinking here. So far, cabinetry above our current cabinets, kind of like a little area over here to sit and to, you know, even sometimes I come in here and because Mark and I work in the office together, a lot of times I will come in here and just do some work. If I have to take a separate meeting at the same time he's doing a meeting, I'll come in here just for extra scenery, to look out the windows, look outside the backyard. So I think this space is really important to create. So we're definitely going to do that. And then this door right here is a door to our pantry, which is a hot mess. I will not open it up for you guys right now, but I very much want to do some sort of shelving and some sort of organization in there that kind of looks something like this. That right now in there's wire racks, and I would love to either remove those and just put in wood racks. I've even seen like a DIY where people can just set a piece of wood on top of the wire racks, and that looks really pretty. But I just want that space to be organized. I want it to be pretty. I might even change out the door and maybe put like a glass door there. I don't know, but I'm just trying to figure out ways to make this space look really pretty without spending a ton of money and without completely reconfiguring it. Again, I don't know what they were thinking when they laid this out, but they did not do a good job. So over the next many weeks, we are going to be working on together the renovation of our half bath and the kitchen. Eventually we will get upstairs and I'll show you guys that space at another video. We'll be doing our primary bedroom. We'll be taking up the carpet from the stairs as well as the hallway, and then we're going to be doing our primary bath, and that will be much later on in the probably later spring, early summer. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and tackle these two areas, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I actually have to get some work for my day job done. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and do some work. And then later on this afternoon, we're gonna go over to the tile store, and I'll bring you guys along with me, and we'll just kind of take a first look at some potential options that we can put on our floors. I'm very, very excited. I love doing home projects, and I think this is really gonna bring this whole entire downstairs area, it's just gonna elevate it and make it look really, really beautiful. And I need you guys' help along the way. So I'm glad that we are here. So let me go. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I've been talking forever. Do some work, and then I will meet you guys at the tile shop. This is not the easiest decision. I actually really like this, which is tile, to make it look like wood. But this is the wood floor, as you guys know, in the dining room, in the living room, and all over the downstairs. So this would actually butt up to this, and I'm just not sure if that will look right or not. Definitely need you guys' comments down below if you like this. I just love this wood in general. In fact, I wish that it was over the entire floor downstairs, but that is not in the budget right now. But we've got some really good options. I actually think this is really pretty, and I think that I like that you have the brown in here and the brown veining that will kind of pick up the brown that's in the space in the rest of the house, as well as on our countertops. So I don't know, we'll see. They are allowing us to bring home as many samples as we need to. So we're probably gonna take home about 4 or 5 and just see what it looks like in the space in different lighting throughout the day. So we shall see. Little examples, I'm very visual. Or something like All right, so we have our samples, and now we are going to go out and grab something to eat, grab a cocktail, and kind of relax for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys here, but I promise that in the next video we'll pick this right back up, and I'll show you what all of the samples look like in the space, and hopefully we can decide on one so that we can get this project started. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed today, just kind of seeing the behind the scenes of all of the plans that we have coming up in the coming weeks. I think it's really going to be fun, and I hope you guys are in for the ride. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys right back here next Sunday. Bye.
so good.